Do you struggle with finding time for yourself and finding time to connect to your body and prioritize yourself? First of all, let me say you are absolutely not alone. I basically every client I have, like 90% of our clients, struggle with finding time for themselves and finding time to do their self-care and finding time to do their stretches. I do too, right? And I run a massage therapy clinic. So if anyone should be good at it, it's me. So, today I wanted to talk a little bit about how we make the shift to start making time for ourselves so that we can improve our connection to our body, notice when things are going on, and take better care of ourselves. It's one of those things that's kind of annoying in how simple it is and how true it is. So, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You just have to decide that you are going to make time for yourself. Now, let me say, I absolutely know what it's like to feel like you don't have any extra time or capacity. I know what it's like to be navigating working from home while sharing an office with your partner, while trying to navigate homeschooling, while carting your kids around to various activities when they're back in school and things start to be up and running. Like, I totally get the feeling of not having time. But there are things that we tell ourselves that aren't necessarily true. And I find for most of the people who say, I'm just not good at doing that, I'm just not good at making time, I'm just not good at doing those guided meditations, I always sign up for things and then I never do it. At the end of the day, it is a choice that we're making, right? And we have to be honest with ourselves. And when I say find time for yourself, I want to be really clear. Start off with 1 minute a day, literally 1 minute. You can do it a minute in the morning when you get up. You can do it a minute in the evening before you go to bed. You can do it for a minute when you're in your car waiting for your kids to come out, or when you come back into the parking lot from going to the grocery store or doing shopping or running an errand. You can sit down in your car and set a timer for 1 minute and take some deep breaths and connect to your body. I would like to wager that, with a few exceptions, I'm sure there are exceptions, but that like 99% of people who are watching this can find 1 minute a day to just connect to their body and breathe. And that's all you need to start to do. And you might find that once you've done 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day becomes a lot easier. You might find that there is a day of the week that you could do 20 minutes where you just lay down and breathe and put your hands on your abdomen and feel what your body feels like. Or you might do the 5-minute movement series video that I have when you're sitting at your desk between Zoom meetings or when you're switching from one project to another. There are loads of ways that we can find to put time for ourselves in our lives. But the truth is, a lot of us don't feel like we should. Like, we don't feel like we're important enough to prioritize that time for ourselves. And especially for women, we're kind of sent this message that our time is for everyone else, for taking care of everyone else. We're supposed to be responsible for everyone else. And a lot of times we're giving the message that self-sacrificing or suffering is noble, right? So if we're a little bit in pain or a little bit overwhelmed or a little bit too busy or a little bit extra stressed, it's like we're good, we're noble, we're sacrificing ourselves for our families and our partners and our community. And all of that can drive this idea that we can't make time for ourselves. We don't have time. We're exhausted by the time we fall into bed. So what I would like to challenge you, I don't know if challenge is the right word, but I'd like to encourage you to think for a moment where you can find 1 minute a day to connect to yourself and to be with yourself and to feel your feelings. And if that feels uncomfortable to you, or if that feels challenging to you, maybe think about why that is. Is it because of any of the reasons that I've said? Is it something else? There can be a lot of layers to this. I will say that one exception to this is if you have experienced trauma and therefore it doesn't feel safe to connect to your body, then you can take a pass on this video, unless you're working with someone who's trauma sensitive or trauma informed psychotherapist or a psychologist who can help you navigate this, because sometimes we're hiding from our body because it's not comfortable to be in our body. And if that's you, take the space that you need and do what you need that's best for you. But for everyone else for whom being in your body is not something that might be triggering or activating, take that time, do a minute a day, and then see if you can get up to 2 minutes. I mean, I would say 5 minutes a day would be perfect. And then like once a week, like 20 or 30 minutes. And it may be that you also once a month have a massage, whether it's a nice relaxing massage at a spa or like a clinical remedial massage like we do at the clinic, or you go see an osteopath once a month, or you get reflexology or craniosacral therapy, acupuncture. There's loads of ways that we can connect to our body on a regular basis. And I think the world would be a much better place if we could all connect to our bodies more, because when we have the support of our body, we can do amazing things. Thank you so much for watching. And I would love to know in the comments, how do you feel about this video? And do you think you're going to be able to find the time to do that like 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day to connect with your body?